When we analyze dating trends in 2025 and 2026, we have to begin with one foundational truth. Romantic behavior does not exist outside economic conditions. Love feels emotional and personal, but patterns of coupling, commitment, marriage, and even attraction are shaped by material realities. Now look at the economic inputs on screen: inflation, housing costs, student debt, income instability, wealth inequality. Each of these affects either money, time, or psychological security. And those three things, money, time, and security, are the hidden pillars of modern dating. When inflation rises, disposable income shrinks. When housing costs rise, independence is delayed. When debt rises, long-term planning becomes riskier. When income becomes unstable, optimism declines. When inequality widens, compatibility becomes stratified. So today's lecture is about tracing that chain. We are not asking whether dating feels harder. We are asking, how does macroeconomic pressure structurally change romantic markets?
Let's break down what this actually represents. A date is not just dinner. It includes food and drinks, transportation, grooming and appearance preparation, subscription infrastructure, dating apps, boosts, premium visibility, opportunity cost of time. Food and drinks are obvious. Restaurant prices have risen significantly compared to pre-pandemic baselines. Transportation costs have increased due to fuel prices and surge pricing in rideshare systems. Grooming costs are often overlooked. Haircuts, skincare, clothing. These are recurring expenses tied directly to social presentation. Then there's digital infrastructure. Many dating platforms operate on freemium models, meaning visibility is partially monetised. That subtly adds cost to participation. But the most economically significant factor is opportunity cost. If someone earns $25 per hour freelancing and spends 3 hours on a date, that's $75 of foregone income. Add that to $189 in direct spending. Now the true cost approaches $250 plus in total economic impact. When inflation rises approximately 12.5% across recent years but wages do not rise proportionally, discretionary spending contracts. Dating is discretionary spending.in economics. When entry costs rise in any market, participation declines. This leads to behavioral adjustments, fewer first dates, more texting before meeting, increased screening, preference for low-cost dates, higher expectations before investing time. People are not less romantic. They are optimizing under constraint. That's dateflation.
When active dating participation drops to around 1/3 of young adults, that signals contraction. In traditional recessions, consumers lose confidence and delay major purchases. In romantic recessions, individuals lose emotional confidence and delay commitment. Why? Because economic instability increases uncertainty. Uncertainty reduces risk tolerance. Dating is a risk, emotionally, financially, and socially. If someone feels unsure about their employment, housing, or debt trajectory, their brain prioritizes security. There is also a psychological spillover effect. Financial stress increases cortisol levels. Elevated cortisol activates defensive neural pathways. Defensive states reduce exploratory behavior. Dating requires optimism. Optimism requires perceived future stability. So, under economic pressure, we see longer talking stages, situationships, casual dating structures, and delayed exclusivity. This is adaptive. It is not moral decline. It is behavioral risk management structure. Without stable housing, relational development becomes constrained. Let's examine the chain. Rising rent means more young adults living with parents longer, increased roommate dependence, smaller shared spaces, and reduced autonomy. Privacy is necessary for intimacy. When privacy is limited, spontaneity decreases, and spontaneity plays a major role in bonding. Relationships develop through unstructured time, cooking together, staying over, informal conversations. If every interaction must be negotiated around roommates or family schedules, intimacy becomes formalized and limited. There's also the singles tax. Couples split rent, singles pay full rent. That means single individuals carry higher per-person housing burdens. However, if two individuals are financially unstable, cohabitation may increase perceived risk. So, housing pressure delays both independence and formal partnership. This shifts marriage age upward, cohabitation timelines later, and relationship escalation slower. Love does not disappear. It waits for infrastructure. Debt reduces long-term risk tolerance. Debt represents future income already allocated. When someone carries large student loans, a portion of their earnings is pre-committed for years. Marriage is financial integration. It merges assets and liabilities. When individuals feel financially fragile, they avoid increasing liability exposure. This produces longer engagement periods, cohabitation without marriage, informal long-term partnerships. It's not that people reject commitment. They are delaying legal and financial entanglement until perceived stability increases. Debt increases perceived vulnerability. Perceived vulnerability reduces appetite for binding contracts. Marriage becomes postponed, not abandoned. Time scarcity as economic constraint. Time is economic capital. If someone works multiple income streams, rideshare, freelance, remote contracts, their schedule becomes fragmented. Fragmentation disrupts consistency. Consistency builds attachment. Emotional bonding requires repeated exposure and stable interaction patterns. Irregular schedules reduce that pattern formation. There's also burnout. Burnout reduces emotional regulation. It reduces patience. It reduces libido. So we observe increased reliance on texting, shorter dates, more ghosting due to exhaustion, lower emotional persistence. Not because people don't care, because cognitive bandwidth is finite. Loss of incidental proximity. Historically, proximity created relationships. School, offices, social spaces. These environments produced organic repeated exposure. Remote work reduces incidental interaction. Without proximity, intentional search replaces passive exposure. Dating apps become central infrastructure. Algorithms now filter potential partners by education, income bracket, location, lifestyle preferences. This increases efficiency, but reduces randomness. Organic chemistry often thrives in randomness. Algorithmic sorting increases homogeneity. This subtly shifts how attraction forms. Chronic financial stress elevates cortisol. High cortisol suppresses oxytocin responsiveness. Oxytocin supports bonding and attachment. When stress remains elevated long-term, libido declines, emotional patience declines, conflict tolerance decreases. Financial stress doesn't just change decisions, it changes physiology. When survival systems activate, bonding systems downregulate. Dating fatigue is partially neurobiological. Delayed coupling as strategic adaptation. In unstable economies, individuals invest inward. They prioritize career development, skill building, therapy, financial independence. This increases long-term partner quality but reduces immediate pairing rates. Self-partnering isn't rejection of love, it's deferred investment. Scarcity drives innovation. When spending declines, effort visibility increases. Low-cost dates emphasize creativity. Financial transparency improves trust. Budget conversations happen earlier. Scarcity removes performative spending. What remains is compatibility. The economy is not eliminating love. It is reducing impulsive participation, delaying financial integration, increasing selectivity, raising intentionality. Romance adapts to economic conditions. It always has. Under constraint, behavior becomes cautious. When stability returns, expansion follows. Love survives, it simply evolves. Kindly subscribe and engage. Stay tuned for more financial updates. I know you like money and we all want to make it. Let's get it together.